here today with Melanie Bunting Seymour, a good friend of mine. You've probably seen her on an old episode of the show. We did one of your rearranging back porch to sell.
Exterior staging.
That's right.
That was awesome. Everybody loved it.
Yes, I loved that episode. And she just came over just to hang out, and we're going to do some little DIY. She's calling them seed biscuits, which I think is a perfect name for them. This is a project I did like in 3rd grade, so it's perfect for kids, but it doesn't need a lot of materials, which is the best part. Probably stuff you have around the house. You need newspaper, a blender, water, some cookie cutters, and seeds. That's it. So I think we did this actually live on WPMI not that long ago, and I think she said it cost her like $4 for all the materials.
Oh, nice.
So you can't beat it.
Yeah.
So what we've done is cut stripped up our newspaper, just like you just rip it with your hands. Super easy. And then you rip it.
Rip it.
I don't have any words, y'all. Quarantine is ruining my brain. You rip it, and you put it into a bowl of water, which we're kind of shortcutting all this stuff. This has been soaking overnight. You can do it 30 minutes, however long. Just it kind of softens the paper so that when it goes in your blender, it doesn't ruin it.
The blender, no, the food processor.
But I have.
Do you cook with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
the exact same one.
Yep, this one. This is the one. And I wanted to make some chicken salad. But I couldn't make it because this project was happening. So I'll have to make chicken salad tomorrow after this project is done. But yeah, I actually don't own a blender. I should probably buy one, but food processor works too. You put your soaked newspaper into the food processor or the blender and blend it up. This looks very similar to hamburger meat. And you can see I put red dye in it, which I was trying to make it red. If you want to have a color for your seed biscuits. I keep wanting to call them seed paper. Seed biscuits is what we're calling them. I would recommend using construction paper instead because the dye really does not work because the newspaper is so gray that it really distorts the color. So we've got some crazy looking purpley puce color going, whatever. So anyway, once it's blended up, then we're gonna do the fun part, which is to put it into the molds, which is these little, and the cookie cutters, but you can do as big or as little as you want. You can do smaller than this, you can do bigger than this. What do you want? Which one are you gonna do?
Well, what do you advise, like, for how many seeds should be in each biscuit?
I would say 10 or 20, because really, I mean, it's fun to show a ton of them on there, but realistically, they can't really grow that close together when you put them in their pots, when you go to grow them.
Okay.
And so it's better if you just do a few seeds.
Okay.
But you want enough to where you're going to get some sprouts.
Okay.
This one probably has about 10 or 15 on it.
Okay.
So very good question. See, this is why I like having somebody on camera with me, because then you ask a question that I would not have thought to answer by myself. All the questions that the audience is asking. So you want to take a handful of however much you feel like is going to fit, and you want to just squeeze all the water out. As much water as you can, and of course it's going to shrink down a lot. So just make sure you get enough to fit into that mold, that cookie cutter. See, once it's flattened, it doesn't look like that ground beef anymore, look.
No, definitely a little more purple.
Yeah. So then you get your mold. Which mold are you going to use? You got the heart?
I've got this heart.
Okay, I've got a lot of choices. This one's kind of like a medallion look. But once you get that, then you push it into all the little nooks and crannies, because remember, it's going to take on whatever shape, but you really have to make sure you're getting it in there.
And obviously, it doesn't have to be to the depth of the cookie cutter either.
Right.
Okay.
Like they make seed paper, as thin as paper, and put
really?
seeds in it. Yeah, so that would be a lot easier to dry. The thinner it is, the easier it is to dry. The thicker it is, like this one over here has been drying for like 3 days, and it's almost there.
Oh, that
But
one's
I
really
did it
thick.
a little too thick, I think. Yeah. So once you've got it all pushed in to the form, then you like pop it back out of the mold. And yours is kind of easy to do because you've got an open back, but mine's a little harder. I'm gonna try to push it with a pair of scissors.
Don't break my heart.
You cheesy girl. Mom jokes. All right, got mine. Got yours? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So once you have that, then you take your seeds, whichever type you like. You can do vegetable seeds. You can do flower seeds. You want to take, I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't care which one.
What are we doing here?
That's onions.
Onions. Onion.
These are forget-me-nots. And so you can put them on the flat surface. That probably is the best way to do it.
Is it a forget-me-not because it makes you, oh, like a flower, oh my gosh. Okay, you
What?
want to know what I thought?
What? I'm
Like
like,
talking about onions, and I thought it was like a forget-me-not because it makes your breath stink, and you
oh,
can't forget.
yeah, you'll definitely not forget if you eat those for sure. No, this is a forget-me-not. That's an onion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, selling.
Obviously, I'm not a regular.
You're the comedy relief
Yeah.
for the show. Okay, so once you get them on there, yeah, yours you can see really well, which is great.
Yeah.
Then you push them down
Sesame seeds.
into the paper, the wet paper. There you go. So then you just leave them flat to dry gather the group there. And you want to make sure they really are sticking in there so that once they're dry, they don't pop off. But yeah, you just like kind of press them in, and that's it. You lay them flat to dry. This will make, one little food processor or blender full will make probably 18, 20 of them. It's a ton of them.
Yeah.
So that.
What about, so what can we do with them? Like,
Okay, so
give
you
me some
can
ideas.
put several of them, a heart, a medallion, and a flower all together in a little pack and give them to
that's
somebody.
cute, yeah.
You could even package it up with like a trowel and a pair of gloves, or just like a gardener's
yeah.
gift. Or use them as a gift tag. You can always poke a hole straight through after they're dry and wrap it around a gift and give them as a gift. If you make them thinner, you can write a note on one. Just so many different things you can do with them.
Nice.
And the beautiful thing is they really do work. So this paper is shredded up in a way to where you can plant them directly into a pot or into your little garden, a raised garden or whatever, and they'll start to grow the seeds. So it really is like a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
It's a nice, thoughtful thing, and then
So
they'll
what
grow.
do you do? Okay, how far do I have to dig them? Like, where do I plant them? How do
So
I do that?
just like a regular seed, if you were to plant a seed in the ground, depending on, you'll have to read the back of the packet. Usually it's not far. Basically, you would put this all the way into the ground to where it's level with the top of your paper, and then just sprinkle a little bit of dirt over the top. And I like to spray new seeds with like a mister, a spray bottle of water to get them going. Because if you pour water, usually they'll kind of spread. Hopefully they'll be tight enough into here to where if you did do it with just like a can of water or a cup of water would be okay. But in general, I like to give new seeds like a gentle spritz.
Gentle mist.
Yeah, they like to be misted,
Yes.
not like totally engulfed with water. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, make sure to comment below. And I appreciate you being here with me, Melanie.
This is fun.
Thanks.
Let's learn
Y'all do
something new.
Yes, y'all get to quarantine DIY projects. They're super fun.